definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bonnet. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blown me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be speaking this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Welcome back, welcome everybody to Formula Sundays. We are an hour early today in France, as we will try our best to dodge the Formula 1 race in Austin later on. With me in the casting booth is Yapsinio again.
Yes, hello. Great to be here again.
And
yes, France.
yeah, a track I personally like very much, and I don't even think it's that bad of a racetrack if you consider racing. Many people have another or a different opinion. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It has not been offering the best racing, I think, in the past, has it?
To be honest, when it comes to the F1 games, France is actually one of my favorite tracks. I kind of remember we always had good races in Formula Sundays when we came here, but in reality, it's for some reason the opposite.
I mean, we had some wild moves through Sector 3, if we remember Schumacher and Zhou, for example.
Oh, yes, true.
And I think there were actually, like, Alonso was driving these moves as well and actually pulling them off. So, yeah. It is a track with overtaking opportunities not only on the straight, which is a little bit unique, I guess, because of, so many high-speed corners. We're only 16 today. We've not heard of the Alfa Romeos. Maybe they will still join. And Fabian has gone missing as well.
But I saw Fabian just joined, but
okay.
I don't know if he forgot to pick a car. Oh wait, okay, he takes a car. I kind of forgot how these things works. Also, Fronta. Oh no, Fronta was already here. And the first cars went out on track.
Yes. Yeah. Looking forward to this race, that's for sure. I feel like a single improvement that could be done to this track would just be another DRS zone after the chicane on the long straight. They could even end it early, like before the turn, because it's probably quite risky to have DRS on through that. What do you mean? Why are we ignoring chat? No one has asked us anything yet.
True.
So, yeah, okay.
Thanks, Rex.
Lovely. Well.
Yeah, where I could also imagine a DRS, maybe to have an expansion of the start-finish DRS zone after the first chicane, maybe having the additional DRS zone. But honestly, when we had both DRS zones that we just proposed, this track would probably be more DRS zones than not DRS zone.
Well. Yeah. Shall we just? I think our focus is wrong. We're focusing too much on the action, whereas we should focus on the chat. Really, Rake said we should at all times be focused on the chat. So, right? Surely yes, okay. This is good casting advice, right?
Yes, of course. I will just write it down in my notebook of how to cast.
Yeah. And
I will mention. Yep.
If I learned something from Sky, we have to cope massively for someone associated with us.
So we have to cope for Fabian Gaming and Kurzer, right?
Yeah, probably. They're the closest thing that we can go to a Ralf Schumacher, Mick Schumacher relation. It's honestly quite funny how hard they are coping for him. But yeah, let's see. What can we do here? Jimsky.
Yeah, I mean,
oops, yeah.
Jimsky? We're looking at Jimsky, okay. Ferrari driver. Of course, straight up sympathetic for me.
Yep, and there is an invalid lap for him. So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, Helevis will set our first time today. As things stands right now, of course. Oh, he just got a purple sector.
And Kans is back as well, so, yeah, we are having the 17 drivers that were signed up for this, I think. Maybe there's still Alfa Romeos coming. I'll need to whip out my phone to look at the Discord. To see whether Noof and Mealy are still joining.
Do that. And while this happens, Hedwig will enter the last turn and go on the last straight. And let's see what will be our first time of the day. What will be the benchmark for everyone else? 1:31.6. The Haas behind him just went to pit.
Well. I am on board with Lewis here, as Kurzer has PB'd, or, well, everyone PBs in their first lap, but also is sitting on provisional pole.
True.
With a 30.7.
Yes, and I think Kurzer could be the benchmark for whoever wants to claim pole. Kurtzer's still our championship leader for, I think, 3 races now?
Yeah. People around him seem to have bad results when he has bad results as well. I think the last one was only a P5, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But yeah, no one really could gain significant ground, as Lewis is on the front row for now, but not faster than Kurzer.
Very, very interesting to see Lewis sitting in different car each week. Especially since he does fairly well in the championship, sitting on P7 right now. but I think there's definitely potential for him to be way higher.
I was about to jump on board with Franta, last week's race winner. A little bit of a surprise maybe with the stacked grid that we had, but he's been pulling off decent performances throughout and drove a very clean race to ultimately get that win, but he has just set a time that is worthy of P6 right now, so instead let's go to Eric Pablo here.
Yes, Eric Pablo. Yeah, when I see that white, I was confused for a moment because on my notebook it says Eric Gamer. I think he has a different name in game than in Discord.
Oh, I think in Discord he is currently named Unluckiest Driver of All Time or something. So yeah.
Well, he DNF'd last week, and also he had some decent results at the first in the first races.
Yeah.
So he can have pace.
His DNF was not entirely his fault. His game crashed on race start, and then Fabian spun at the exact same point where Latifi spun, Abu Dhabi. And yeah, his AI just went into Fabian, got rear-ended, and
Oh my god.
well, died.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's extremely unlucky. But I guess this is the closest thing we can have in this game to a technical DNF, I guess. But yeah, who is out on a hot lap right now? Is there anyone out?
I think no one. There are a couple of drivers on outlaps. I think namely probably the Alpha Tauris are gonna enter a hot lap soon. Yeah, Kans is the next one to start one on the start-finish straight. And there we go.
Yeah, may I ask, Kens, is he a new driver?
Yeah, started from the season, but a well-known individual from Rocket Sundays. So, yeah, not entirely new, but yeah.
I see.
He has also not participated in all of the races, I think, due to unavailability. But yeah, Rakes is dishing out inside infos on Lewis, who has apparently forgone to lower his fuel load on his first hot lap run, and thus, yeah, probably has been the 2/10 slower that would have given him provisional pole.
Okay, that's a good information to know. So, yeah, when I see that right, Kurtz and Lulu are both kind of driving in their own league, especially considering that Lulu will get 1, 2, maybe 3 tenths with a lower fuel load.
I expect other drivers to come closer to this one though. Like, this is not usually the case. I mean, obviously we have Rakes usually as well up there in the mix. We could have had Seagull, who could have unfortunately not made it today as a reserve. And yeah, I feel like a lot of the blue cars, generally speaking, have a little bit better pace still.
So, Kans with a decent P7. Also, I just saw both Alpha Tauris are still looking to get their first point finishes.
Yeah. They have been struck by crashes, and in Ryan's case, I think he finished P10 2 races ago. But ultimately, were you here in Canada with me?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
in Canada with you.
Yeah, you remember the big dive bomb on Aris and Fabian that he had in the
I remember
hairpin?
this,
Yes,
yes.
yeah. The resulting penalty points of that unfortunately caused him to drop out of the top 10 again. So, yeah. It's not been coming together for the AlphaTauris so far.
Well. Yeah, I just by sheer luck, I just witnessed earlier our spinning, and I think this was him binning the second hot lap he had today.
Yeah, Kurtz has just PB'd.
Oh my god! Holy
and
cow!
yeah, I think well, the time trial times that classically I think you can reach in qualifying sessions, or I can because I don't grind them as much, I guess. Of these guys are a little bit lower still, so there might still be some improvement. Let's see what Lewis can do. He was 0.2 up after Sector 2. It's now going through the turns in the third one. And he now has quite a lot of time to catch up. 0.4 is what he needs. Okay, time trial... Oh, okay, that's super interesting actually. Time trial times are slightly quicker in France, but it's track dependent whether they are quicker or not. Lewis, however, is quicker.
Yeah, and Lewis within a fantastic time, 30.3. Not a full tenth quicker than Kurtze, but yeah, this is definitely extremely spicy. These two drivers are just a class for themselves today, aren't they?
Masterleon is looking to join them. I don't think it's gonna be quite the second of improvement, but he looked like he was gonna claim P3. And he lost his advantage in the last sector again.
That's unfortunate. Because I think, yeah, he was looking very fast. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, just slightly worse driving, I think. He was only 2.2 ahead, so he would have gotten past Thiago Torres, maybe. But yeah, lost the time in the last sector again, and thus only PB'd ever so slightly.
If I see it correct, we are on board with Fabian.
Yes, exactly. Coming into the second chicane. I've heard that the tire squeaking and like permanent lockups are a bug that would be quite advantageous for some of the drivers we've spectated in the past that had permanent lockups. And yeah, Fabian here is having a little bit of that, but not as bad as we've seen in the past.
Right now he is 1 full second faster, but this will not be enough. He needs to gain significantly more time.
Yeah, I mean, Fabian has never really had the best qualifying pace, but he's shining in the race with consistency. 2 seconds of an improvement puts him in P12 at least. And I think that is a decent start.
Yes, I think this puts him into... This pace puts him into the competitive ranks where he can definitely fight for points. And I think this is all that Fabian is going for this season. And with a bit of luck, he can get in really good position, because it's Formula Sundays, everything can happen, and everything usually happens.
Yeah, I mean, Fabian has won in France, actually, in Formula Sundays. His only elite tier race win. And even that was against guys like Lewis and Kurtze. So it was not, nothing to be scoffed at, I guess. But yeah, Fabian has pace around this track in the race and could do it again here potentially. Don't remind me of that race. I can't quite remember what happened to you there, Aix, but given that you did not end up... Oh, wait, wasn't that the big collision with the McLarens? There was like in the right-hander, the quick right-hander in Sector 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were like 2 or 3 cars coming together, going side by side.
Oh
but
boy. Yeah, okay.
Apparently it wasn't Drake's. Must have been Seagull and, who was the other McLaren? Yeah.
Oh well. but I guess this was like 2 or 3 seasons ago.
It was probably in one of the last ones. I think I was driving there, so yeah, it must have been somewhere on the last game in the last 2 season.
Okay, but I mean the fast right-hander in Sector 3 is definitely something I won't like to go side by side through.
Yeah, it's stressful.
I mean, you can go there, but you should be very confident in the driving abilities of whoever will go side by side with you. I mean, of course, if it's... and you need complete dry conditions. If it's a little bit wet, I would never dare to do it.
Yeah, fair. Kurtze is having some slight improvement after Sector 2, so let's see.
And okay, let's see. Can he beat Lulu?
Yep.
And yes!
For now, but Lewis is gonna be coming back at him, most likely. 0.03 behind. There's a lot of time to gain in Sector 3. These turns are really unforgiving if you miss the lines, and yeah, you can gain a lot by just driving them very, very clean. Oh!
True, that's true. Oh! That kind of felt out of nowhere. Oh my god, okay. Lewis doesn't seem happy
Well,
with what happened there.
and he retired.
He retired.
Thiago Torres is gonna have one last attempt, and so's Aries gonna be having the only driver without a lap time just yet. But on the outlap at least, so they could still make it.
For a second I thought this would been a corner cut, but was still fine.
Yeah, decent start for Thiago Torres here. 0.2 up in the first sector. And well, okay, I mean, he needs to gain about a second to have significant improvements, but this is about, backing off the drivers behind him as well, obviously. 0.1 is not too far down, and within 0.2 seconds there are 4 more drivers that could have slight improvements and cost him this P3 he's on right now.
Indeed. That's very interesting to see how much space you can utilize in France, because the curbs are so damn low. You just try to get every inch of advantage you can get.
Yeah, at the same time though, corner cutting is a thing here. It's probably gonna be a lot of warnings. But yeah, Thiago Torres come through here, breaches the 130s as well. Very nicely done, and that will, I think, cement his place in P3.
Yes, that was indeed a very strong time. It looked very clean from his onboard.
So Marceljan is coming over the line right now in his Merc. And slight improvement. Ties times with Franta.
Oh my god.
But, well, I found Aris and he is not going the right direction.
Oh. Well, I think this is... I have the feeling I have a déjà vu. I think we saw that.
Yeah. Aris has been starting from behind, I think, a couple of times now, but yeah, was most of the times able to make good progress. Fabian here as well with a reasonable PB, but it does not give him a better starting position. Eric Pablo is going to go over the line, will not have further improvements, and that is it from the qualifying, right? Yes.
It was indeed a very interesting qualifying. The front row lockout that we are looking here with Kurtz and Lulu looked extremely strong for today's race. If none of them crashes or have any bigger issues in the race. I don't see anyone else beating them, but of course this is qualifying pace that we are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, these two are the favorites for today's race, and on the front row, in P3 we have Torres, joined by Eric Pablo in the second row, who's quite happy about his results as well. Jim Ski, Ferrari Reserve, coming into there as 5th, followed by the last week's race winner, Franta. And we have Marcelian, Hilevs, Tame Tom, and Lovely Kens completing the top 10, and, well, rest of the grid, Muno, Cherry, Fabian Gaming, Brandel, Ryan, second, McLaren of DP, and ultimately last, it's gonna be Aries. Well, this is taking very long, I am concerned.
Indeed. There shouldn't be there something like a countdown.
Yeah, usually we should have been moving on like half a minute ago or something. But I don't know how to manually like get us there. I don't know if I have to disconnect, but if I do that, the host is migrating to someone else, and that might be very scuffed. Waiting on Brando. Oh, thank you for the info. Okay.
Well, yeah, then we can take a little bit more time and maybe talk about the upcoming race. I mean, a race win for Kurtzer would really help his championship ambitions. He's right now leading with 15 points in front of Marcelian, who only qualified in P7. Tame Tom also only in P9. Hilevis only P8. Everyone who is close to him at the championship starts very far behind. Wykes, when I see it right, is not driving today.
Yeah, seems to not be. Brandao has rejoined, I think, hopefully just in time, as the session will get underway soon. Everyone has loaded in. I think there's going to be another 30 seconds for strategy and setups, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes, indeed.
Then we will, go right away from the race start, or with the race start.
Do we have...
No, Formation Lab. It's still bugged.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, do we have any information about the weather? Because it looks kind of cloudy today.
Oh yeah, I mean there's still a couple of drivers in the Twitch chat, or rather Rakes seems to be knowing everything. We may see. I mean, it's still, I don't know why the spectators don't get infos about the weather. Should be all clear, okay. Well, lights are going on and out. And away we go. It seems like Lewis gets a good start around the outside here, but does lose traction a little bit. Kurtz is going to slot in front. Eric Pablo down the outside. The second Williams trying to go through. Now on the inside of Lewis into turn 2. Gets through. Haas spin, and the Red Bull spins as well further down. It's not looking too good for several cars there. McLaren is also tangled up in the incident. And up on front we have 2 Williams leading the pack now, but Franta dives it on Lewis there. Nice move to go up into P3. Marcelian in the second. Mercedes is now just behind Lewis already as well on the medium compound. Might be good to leave or let him through so he can push onwards on the different strategy here, as most of the cars have been starting on hard tires here.
Yes, that was a fantastic start for Kurtzen. Not only was he able to maintain the lead, Lulu dropped 2 places down. Especially his teammate managed to get in second. And yeah, for Williams, this is a very favorable outcome.
Lovely Cans with the spin there. DP and Lovely Cans side by side through the quick right-hander. We talked about it before the race. And they make contact. Lovely Cans spins out. It's now on P12. And had a good start, but it's not coming together for the AlphaTauri once more.
Yes, indeed. I mean, yes, we talked about it earlier. It's very risky to go side by side through there. I would advise to lift off maybe, but well, you don't want to give up that place.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Ares is in the pits, so presumable front wing damage there for him. And
Yes.
so is Ryan. 2 early victims of the starting phase, I guess. As Kurtz is, the smiling leader, I guess. 1.8 seconds away already. Lovely Kens with another spin in turn 1. We see it on the map a little bit further down. This is really not looking so bright after he got to P7 after a good race start.
Indeed. Yeah, it's very interesting looking at the tires that Marceljan was the only one deciding to go for the mediums, which is probably one of the reasons he is in front of Lulu right now. And yeah, trying to catch up to the podium positions.
Yeah, and Franta and Eric are battling it out here. I saw Franta completely off track just a bit ago, and he's really looking up on that inside line there. But yeah, Eric does not let him go there. He runs a little bit wide on the exit as well himself, and all of this is benefiting Marceljan, of course, who's just behind these two on the better tire. Only driver, as you just said, in the top positions with the medium compound. Yeah, and he's going to be looking for his chance now that DRS is going to get activated.
Yep, indeed. I mean, especially if we assume that Marceljan has a better pace than Franta and Eric Pablo right now, he needs to get past both of them.
Yeah.
To fully take advantage of the medium tires.
Yeah, ERS is getting eaten away massively, by the way. Like, Franta is on, next to nothing, Eric on 50% only, and so is Marceljan. Lewis, however, has a little bit more to use, and so does Muno in the Alpine immediately behind. So yeah, this can be interesting as well. ERS, of course, massively helps you to get past someone. As Franta... Ooh, there's slight contact, but yeah, nothing too bad happening here.
Indeed. I mean, yes, France is a very interesting track in terms when it comes to ERS management. There's so many straights, it's so hard to farm ERS for yourself. And wow, they're really close to each other, the positions 2 to 5.
Yeah, only Kurtze is able to drive away freely, not involved in all the battling going on further down the grid, as Lewis looking for a good exit here. A little bit of wheel spin, and yeah, now engages in some ERS and some DRS to speed up his car, but it's not gonna go in range for an overtake just yet. But I think the main aim for him here is just to close up. Eric almost lost it there on the exit on turn 1. This is going to be opening up a good opportunity for Franta and Lewis to maybe go for a move on the back straight, as they are so close together now. And there is, I think, is it Aris? Yeah, it must be Aris.
It was Aris again, yes.
Yes.
I think it was the second spin in the same sector right now, because I also observed the first spin. But, oh god! Where are we looking here right now?
Yeah, Franta's going through, and I think he will stay ahead. A little bit of a deep cut in the chicane, but stays on track nicely. Lewis going down the inside of Eric Pablo here, most likely. I think can't quite make it. Franta in front. Yeah, we see the blinking light. There are no brake lights in F1. If the light is blinking, it means that it's below 10% ERS. And Franta, yeah, will get swarmed by the other two cars that are apparently above that margin.
Yes, I mean, Franta probably used all of the ERS to get past on the long straight of Sector 2. And yeah, now has the problem, of course. He's out of ERS, but for his luck, Lulu is actively fighting. Eric Pablo has the inside of the chicane, but now the outside.
Ah, there's the snap in the steering, and this could be a chance for Marceljan again, who's just behind. Yeah, and there we see him going past Lewis on the medium compound. Yellow flag, there is another Haas who has spun Cherry in turn 2. Turn 2 is so treacherous because it's going like slightly uphill and then downhill. Like it's just a little bump on the apex. Or not really a bump, but a little bit of an elevation towards the apex, and it makes you lose grip so easily. And yeah, ultimately I think we've seen 4 cars already, 4 different drivers spinning there.
Yeah, it's a very, very treacherous corner. I remember I always had, when I was driving, a little bit of problems keeping the traction through the apex. And yeah, it's a fantastic race we are seeing here right now for the Battle of P2.
Oh, Can?
Absolutely. Oh god, Can.
Yeah.
And we have our first penalty.
Yes, and it's not Brandao or DP. I mean, close enough, I guess. McLarens are usually huge with picking up these track limit warnings. But yeah. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. Franta had gained like half a second on Kurze, but I think Kurze immediately regained that. Might have been just a bug on the timer, as I was quite confused how Franta could break away so easily here. But yeah, he can't quite do that.
Yeah, but it looks a little bit like Franta has definitely better pace than the other cars behind him, but due to the DRS it will be easier for them to follow behind Franta and just get towed. Ooh!
Yeah, and Eric is forced to kinda go very deep there on the chicane. Was maybe a chance for Franta, who apparently did not get it much better neither. Aries getting 10 seconds of a time penalty here for letting everyone by. And oh, there might be contact between Marceljan and Eric. Lewis join not making it 3 wide there. Rather dangerous to do that. And yeah, the laughing 4th, rather, is Franta here, who is almost a second away from Eric Pablo now, and getting out of the DRS window here would be huge for Franta.
Yeah, definitely would be. I mean, for Franta, this is a very good situation. He has a comfortable lead in front of Eric Pablo, and Eric Pablo constantly has to defend against Marceljan right now, who desperately tries to get past.
Oh, spin by Franta. Franta here in turn 2 is the next driver to be caught up by this.
Ooh,
and yeah, that's huge, or rather, well, opposite of huge for him. Huge in a negative way, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a yikes. He was looking like he was gonna get away so well there. But now he has to fight his way all the way through the field again. Has lost a lot of time, about 10 seconds I'd guess. As Marceljan now has an easier time on Eric, but there's contact and he's almost spinning out. It's really going wheel to wheel here with these 3.
And Lulu seems to be able to pass now again, and maybe making a move on his own.
Yeah, very nicely done. No chance for Eric to defend that. Lewis had so much overspeed, getting the better exit out of the chicane.
Went up. Oh, Marceljan also has the inside now. Eric Pablo is in a very, very bad spot here. Has to fight. Oh, that was a little bit dodgy, but I think still okay.
Yeah, and Munoz now up in this battle as well, trying to go down the inside of Marceljan here. He's gonna have the better line through the hairpin here. And, well, I think Lewis is gonna break away quite quickly. He almost has his 1 second time window already. Well, he has it now. But it's still gonna be between Eric, Marcel, and Muno. Yeah, who will fight for that P3.
Indeed. I mean, yeah, considering Lewis' pace in qualifying, it's probably freed him up now to break away and maybe start his hunt for P1.
To be
I mean,
honest,
he
he might be running a straight line setup though. Like, he's lost a bit of time in the corners again, but he's just been so quick on the straights, and well, even when we look at the overtakes, Marcian has been struggling a little bit more to get side by side with Eric. And Lewis just seems like he can... Yeah, he barely loses anything on the straight line, even though Eric has DRS.
Indeed, yes. So this is probably a straight line setup, which of course makes sense, considering we are in France. There are big straights. And Eric Pablo defending again his podium position against Marcelian.
Yeah. Yeah, quite the hard defense at some point. Rakes in the chat just saying Lewis is not running a straight line setup. It is viable on France, but yeah, he opted for better cornering speed, so yeah. That's not an option. Maybe he used to spare, yeah, as we've seen before, that he still had a little bit more in the tank than the drivers around him. Let's jump further down. We've been with these guys for quite a while. Hilevs is very close to Franta here. Battle for P7. Treacherous turn 2 is coming up here, as we see it, going a little bit upwards here, and Franta is going very wide. Gets a 3-second time penalty for this one as well. Jimsky at the same time, just a few corners further up, gets his first penalty as well. It's really coming together with these penalties right now. Quite a lot being dished out thus far.
Another horse has spun in sector 3.
Oh, back to the action.
Wait, did I saw that right?
Safety car? I don't know why, but Aries, yeah, Aries is a lap down. He probably just pitted for softs and went for fastest lap.
I mean, fair. And yeah, we have a yellow flag everywhere.
But I don't know why.
I don't know either. Wait, Lulu left the session? Probably a disconnect.
I guess. I mean, it's not gonna matter too much anyways. Given... Oh, wait, no. AI could mess up his strategy big time. Oh, boy. Let's see. Lewis is going past the pits.
Yes.
So I think that's good. Because so did Kurtzer. Wait, this is no safety car, though. This is just VSC.
Oh, it's VSC.
Oh, drive-through for DP. Yikes.
Speeding under virtual safety car. That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never liked VSCs. But I guess this is also a problem in reality where you have to try to be under your delta.
Do you get to drive through if you do that?
Ooh, I think it never happened so far.
I feel like...
So I actually don't know.
I think you get a 5-second time penalty if you're like slightly over, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of nice. Oh no, that's actually not nice for Lewis. Lewis is road blocking now, as the AI is yeah. I think RL it depends on how much you speed. Yeah, I was about to say that. Like I think until 5 seconds or something. Oh, Fabian is gone as well.
I think Fabian probably rage quitted because he just collected a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lanes.
I mean, that's weak mental if you're rage quitting for that. He was in the hunt for points, and like any safety car could just brought him straight back into the action.
That's true. But yeah, we're having not too many penalties. I think, relative to other races we saw so far. I mean, king of penalties right now is Aris, who has a who collected a comfy cushion of penalties of 23 seconds.
Yeah, I think Aris is not going to continue racing much longer, question mark. He's been causing yellow flags every now and then, so I assume he's still spinning. Lewis
Yes.
has Lewis AI has spun?
Wait.
Or is Lewis back?
Lewis is back. Yeah, Lewis joined the race, but he just spun.
Yeah, he probably like rejoined exactly in turn 1 or something. Or the AI just went so slow that the tires are dead cold. But yeah, he just spun in turn 1. Or 2, rather.
And with this, we're having Eric Pablo back in P2, who is about...
I mean, Marcelian is going around the outside still, side by side here with Eric Pablo. Will have the better traction. Looks for the switchback, but yeah, can't actually find it. And there's a spin, but who was that? That's an AlphaTauri.
Yes. I think it's the AlphaTauri of Ryan.
Yeah, Lovely Ken seems to be doing fine. And there is Marcelian into the pits. And yeah, obviously, I mean, yeah, he was on the medium compound. It was quite foreseeable that he had to pit earlier. Yellow flag. Has Lewis spun again? It seems so.
Yes, it's Lewis.
Sector 3 yellow flag. He's going again. Yeah.
Yep. And Fabian, just see it in the corner, is restarting the game. So he just lost connection or something, or his game crashed.
Ah, yeah, most likely then. Franta and Hilevs. Hilevs has gotten past Franta at some point, but Franta is still close behind. And not much further up is... no, that's probably Ryan, who is lapped. So yeah, the AlphaTauri is not doing anything in this battle. They're just gonna fly past.
Brent, I don't think he has the speed to make a move this lap.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't so good for Helevis. But he has the exit speed.
Yeah, Fabian has joined again. Yeah, Franta also has no ERS. He's completely drained. Hilevs has not much, but he has something at least. So yeah, down the inside we go here. And I think this is Brandau's first actual corner cutting penalty. Which took a while.
Let me check, but I think you're right. No, it's a second. It's a second.
Okay, I thought the other one was a drive-through. Well, what do we have further down here? Brandau is side by side with Marcelian, and Lovely Cans is just a few meters ahead here. This is gonna be... Yeah, I would not call them a roadblock. They are doing decently well, Lovely Cans and Brandau, but Marcelian probably has much more pace, and yeah, will have to get past these two as quick as he can.
Yes, for Marcelian, this is like pretty terrible situation. He went on the mediums and was kind of stuck all the time behind anyone with a hard tire, and now he pitted and rejoined into traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. Ahead of these two is like a 12 seconds gap of nothing, where he could have free air, could have pushed really well. But yeah, it's just not working out for him strategy-wise thus far.
Indeed. Fabian just dropped out of the game again.
RIP. Here might be an overtake by Marcelian here.
Yes. Ooh, late defense here by Brandau. But everything right. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not moving on the braking yet. Brandau moved a little bit earlier, so I guess everything is legal and fine.
Yeah, Marcelian has so much more exit speed here. And
Yeah.
he easily gets past at the second straight.
Yeah, and
Well done.
now it's only Lovely Cans ahead of him. It's way easier to overtake the first car in the DRS train compared to Brandau, who he just overtook prior to this. Well, let's have another look through the field and go back to Marcelian immediately. I don't think Communal is able to make a move on Eric Pablo so soon. And Franta has been stuck behind Hilevs for quite a while now as well. I wonder if Tame Tom can join the two, and they're making a little bit of a three-way battle. Well.
And yeah, Marcelion will have a new opportunity to get past cans, lovely cans.
Yeah.
It's by the way, it's interesting because for me it says salty cans and not lovely cans.
Oh yeah, okay.
don't
He
know why,
is
but-
called Salty Cans on EA, so I think it's main, or probably because I have him on Steam as well. So yeah, that might be the difference. But yeah,
Okay. Nice overtake here.
Yep, easy move. Let's jump to Tame Tom Franta Hilevs. The 3 cars, 2 Red Bulls, and then the Alpine, of course, battling it out. I can see an undercut coming for one of the Red Bulls, to be honest. I think pitting now is possible, as Jimsky is showing, being in the pits.
Indeed. Also, we have to consider Franta can't do an undercut because he has to serve a 3-second penalty. Oh wait, you
no,
don't
no,
serve
you don't.
the free don't
Yes.
Yeah, never mind. So an undercut would be possible for Franta, and I think he needs some pace, but I don't know where he would come out right now, because if I see this right, you would probably get stuck behind the train that is Lovely Cans, Jimsky, Brandao, and Lulu.
Yeah, Aris retired in the pits.
Oh, Franta just made a move.
Yeah, round the outside while braking, and he was already ahead coming into the chicane. Now let's see if Hilevs can make a comeback here. Still on board with Tame Tom right now here, but I think I'll jump onto the Alpine. And down the inside we see him in the rear mirror, as Hilevs moves slightly towards the inside to block the counter by Franta. And yeah, overall, I think quite fair defense. And yeah, it is Hilevs coming out on top. Oh, Muno speeding the pit lane, that is not necessary. This is gonna cost him big time later on, as he was looking for the podium positions, and now it's gonna get very, very tough.
Yes, indeed.
Franta has also just dived into the pits. I think that was a move long overdue. One of the Red Bulls definitely should have pitted this lap, and now it was Franta. I assume Tame Tom's gonna be the next one coming, and yeah, next lap is probably the lap where most of the hard runners will come in. I don't know if Kurtzer can actually go for a soft stint in the end, if he just conserves a little bit of tires now. Could eventually go for the fastest lap as well. But yeah, I think right now... Oh, well, Jimsky has already pitted, is on the mediums now, and approaching Lovely Cans. And I think this should be a fairly easy overtake. Side by side.
As the inside. And yep. That's an overtake, easy as it comes. And Gypsy claims P7 and goes on to try to catch Munyo.
Yeah.
Wait, how is it pronounced?
I would say Muno, but
You know. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Eric Pablo just bet under it's a pit lane.
Wait, did he?
Yes, he
I-
has an 8-second penalty now.
Okay, I didn't get that notice, but
Yes,
fair
I
enough.
just saw it in the stream. It was a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Fair enough.
And that's not good for the ambitions to be P2, but this kind of held. This kind of crumbled anyway, because Marcelion successfully claims P2.
Yeah. Nice undercut by Marcelian, or rather, well, it was not really an undercut. However, it's not over for him yet. He is on the hard compound, whereas everybody else will be on fresh softs. So, it's gonna get a hard time. Like, he's pretty much supposed to be in P2 right now, via his strategy, and, yeah, the issues for him will probably come once he's under some attack, as I think Muno here is gonna be the first one to try his luck. Yeah.
Yes, Muno, he looks definitely faster than the Mercedes of Marcelian. It will be one hell of a defense for him, but we have to consider Marcelian is the only one in this whole pack who is fighting for P2 now who has not a penalty.
Yeah, that is also very big. Kurtz is coming into the pits now. Let's see real quick. Yeah, he is on the medium compound as well. No stretching the first stint to go for a soft run. He's just gonna play it safe and likely gonna be able to just get the fastest lap with the raw pace anyways. Marcelian so far does quite well being away far enough on the straights.
Indeed. So I guess if he can continue like that, he should be able to finish in P2. And yeah, like I say, even if Munot has a 5-second penalty, Eric Pablo 8 seconds, Jimsky 3 seconds.
Yeah, Jimsky is theoretically in podium contention here.
Yeah.
A name that I did not necessarily have up on the board till now, but I think especially, Eric and Muno being stuck behind Marcelian. Oh, big mistake there by Marcelian. Has given Jimsky the chance to close up.
To be honest, I also can't really spot Jimsky anywhere in my notes. Oh, wait, is it J-Max?
No, it's his first appearance as a reserve driver.
Oh my god, okay.
He has been driving in the past, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, obviously decent pace, but if I remember correctly, he is one of these drivers that is fairly quick, but usually doesn't make it to the finish.
Ah, okay, yeah, I was surprised that I have not spotted him in the standings. Oh my god.
Can speeding the pit lane. Phenomenal exit there by Jimsky out of the hairpin, giving him the chance to immediately fly past Eric here. He's not going to be too happy about that move, because that one was quite a nice one by the Ferrari driver.
And oh my god, Eric Pablo, yes, that was his own fault.
Yeah, most likely. I didn't even see what happened there, but I can just assume he stick the wheel and there was no room.
To be honest, it looked very weird from my perspective. Eric Pablo has spun, but then immediately returned to track. I don't know if this is
might be reset on track. Could be reportable.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I remember that there was a time where it was definitely illegal. I don't know if it's still illegal.
Yeah, it's still illegal. Well. Back to racing though. Jimsky's likely going to be making a move on Marcelian at some point. He's so close behind already and has the better compound, especially in this third sector. This is a big advantage. All the grip you need. Is in sector 3, and oh my god, did you see that exit? What a nice move here. This is very close.
Make it stack. But yeah, he definitely gives us one hell of a last stint right now.
And he's gonna go for that line here again, I think. But yeah, it doesn't work out so well. He was taking a lot of speed through the hairpin.
Yeah, but it looks like Marcelian is getting back his second position. And wow, it's a fantastic race for P2 here right now. And oh my god, Jimsky!
Yeah. Not the perfect first chicane there by Muno. Oh, and he's still there though. Side by side, Jimsky should have this one though.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, Muno has to sit back And I think if Jimsky goes through Marceljan here, he's just gonna be flying away. Yellow flags, sector 3, that is a spun Ryan, I think.
Well, for Jimsky, this looks very, very strong. Marceljan is on the wrong compound. Jimsky looks very fast, and it's only 7 laps to go, but Jimsky has to get past Marceljan and build up a gap of 3 seconds or more to get the second place, and this would be phenomenal for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 3 seconds is not too much neither. So... Ooh, God, I feel like Ryan has just spun and had a very dangerous re-entry a little bit further down the circuit, at least looking at the map. Yeah, the AlphaTauri is not feeling too well. Let's just hope there's no safety car so late. This could ruin a lot of the racing that we might see here.
Indeed. And what we were discussing at the beginning of today's stream, France kind of tends to be a ballfest in reality, but is an absolute banger in the game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and what else to say? Except that maybe we will see a Ferrari in P2, which is something I haven't seen a while. In Formula Sundays, of course.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was about to say, we see plenty of P2s of Ferraris. It's just no wins. Jimsky's corner exits are kinda sus. What do you mean? Like... I don't know. I mean, they are very good, but... Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. He has the he has medium tires. Maybe he goes for setup that favors exit speed. A lot of things can explain that.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to mute myself, but I did not succeed.
Muno and Eric Pablo. There's a little bit of a touch here. And Muno has to, sit back a little bit. Jimsky is pushing Marceljan away from these two. Like, he's really just... I don't know. All of a sudden, Marceljan and Jimsky can just drive away here. But Jimsky can't quite get past. Kurt says no penalty. I don't think it's gonna matter too much.
I probably will not. Marceljan had really, really strong pace, considering he's on the hard compound. And the longer he can defend this, the better chances he will have to be second. Also, the mediums will start to fall off in performance with each lap this fight drags on.
Yeah, especially given the higher tire wear, if you are behind another driver.
And
Ay.
he didn't touch. Oh,
yeah, there's contact for sure, but
touched the second time. Yeah, they both really, really want the second position.
yeah, I mean, Marceljan of course has the advantage due to no penalty, but the race that Fabian won here, he was 6 seconds behind the leaders, both of them having 3 seconds of a penalty, and in the last lap, both of them got another penalty. So yeah, one mishap in the last laps for Marceljan here could blow this battle for P2 wide open.
Jimsky, maybe he can make a move here in turn 1. He shouldn't.
Yeah, I feel like the start-finish straight is not very good for overtakes. First chicane is just a little bit too difficult to control side by side.
What I really like, I mean, Jimsky, he has really, really good overtakes, and he's really, if I see it right, making smart decisions. He's not doing the, let's say, the Verstappen-esque school of racing. Of course, Marceljan is really defending with a knife between his teeth.
Yeah.
And still not fast enough. Marcelian really strong pace here.
Oh.
Oh my god! Ooh!
Yeah, Rex was praising Jimsky's traction, and then he lost it a little bit. But yeah, also quite funny as he said it in the chat. You two were making like the exact same point independently of each other due to the stream's slight delay 2 times in a row.
Yes!
Well. Let's jump to Hilevs for a little bit of a change, as he's running very wide. He's one of the few drivers without a time penalty thus far. And he's trying to get past Tame Tom, and, well, even if he doesn't, he's still gonna gain positions. Maybe even up to P4, as Eric Pablo and Muno both have several penalties, do they not?
Yes, I was about to say, I think Hilevs right now stands on P5 because Eric Pablo will drop a lot since Pablo has an 11-second penalty now. And okay, never mind, Hilevs collected the penalty for himself. But Shield still should be in front of Eric Pablo right now, who will drop a lot now. I think he drops straight to P8. Unfortunate for him, since he had the pace today. But couldn't keep it between the lines.
Yeah, he lives now. We saw him, I think, going off track twice there in that one turn, going a little bit riskier now than that he knows that he can. There's another warning for, or rather penalty for Jimsky.
Yes.
6 seconds now, surely ruin his dreams of P2. I wonder if he's just gonna sit back a little bit and will just follow. But that's big for Marcelian, even though I think in 3 laps Jimsky could not really have built a gap of 3 seconds anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yes, at this point it's probably Jimsky tried to push a lot and was trying to get the time on Marcelian, get one last overtake before it's too late to build the 3 seconds gap, and that's probably the reason why he collected the second penalty.
Well, speaking of the penalties, let's have a little overview here. Hilevs and Tame Tom are both on 3 seconds. So this is an actual battle for P6 here. And
Indeed.
Hilevs will surely try to make that happen. Tires are relatively even throughout the field. Jimsky is on a little bit older ones, but will still make it to the end without a problem.
Also, if I see that right, Tame Tom is gaining on Munot.
Yep, he is.
And this could also mean that Muno will fall from his P5 and maybe even drops to P7 behind Hilevs.
Yeah, they need a 2-second gap to Muno. He is sitting on 5 seconds of penalty compared to 3 for Tame Tom and Hilevs. So yeah, it's gonna be close for him and also for Eric Pablo eventually. He is on 11 seconds, so he needs 8 seconds of a lead. Yeah, he has already lost that. And well, there's another Fabian Gaming speeding the pit lane. He is not very relevant in this top battle right now. Will enter his last lap, likely going for fastest lap here. I don't see another reason why he should pit that late, but I think he might not be able to drive another lap actually, because he's just got lapped by Kurze, so I don't know if he had put that into his calculations.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another 3 seconds penalty for Hilevs now. Yeah, this kind of destroys his ambitions to go for P6 now.
Yeah, that's
Or even, yeah.
unfortunate for him. But Tame Tom can still catch Muno. He's not that far away. Half a second is what he needs to gain, and I think he gained about half a second in the last lap, so it's still very, very, very possible if he does not make any further mistakes. and he might.
Yes.
He's not getting past Jimsky, but yeah, he's getting past Eric Pablo as well.
Oh yes, for Tame Tom, this is actually 4p4 now. Of course, not getting past Jimsky. There needs to happen a lot so that he could go inside a 3 seconds gap of Jimsky. But as things are standing now, I think Tame Tom has the time.
Yeah, 1.9 is what they're having. And getting closer. Let's see. Jimsky can finally make his way through, it seems. I don't know why Marcelian should battle this. This is just risking contact here. And he has P3 anyways, and like nothing of this matters if they are just going over the line in the end.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, Eric Pablo was out of contention for good points here anyways. He's only lost a tiny bit, I think. He's still side by side, actually. Yeah, going through here into P3 again.
I think Jimsky just let him through. But honestly, it's... Yeah, no one of them has to fight this. I mean, maybe they're just doing it for the fun of it.
Wait.
Jimsky.
Tame Tom got overtaken by... What? Something happened here with the... Or did I just remember the order of them wrongfully? Levis is in P6 right now. And what...
Levis overtook Tame Tom, yes. Which it doesn't really do much, except that Tame Tom is not in the 2 second gap from,
Exactly. That's what I mean. Whereas Kurtze, lone man on top, we've not seen him much, but he's coming over the line as the race winner. Back to the action in the pack here. Tame Tom could still make it, to be fair. He's like almost in the 2 second window, needs about 0.1 in the last few turns here. And I think the slipstream here could help him to get there. Oh, it's gonna be so close. Who's gonna come out on top? Marcelian in P2, Jimsky currently in P3. Muno is in P4 and stays in front by 200s. Lev's coming home in P6. Eric ultimately down into P7, almost getting overtaken by Frante even. Brandao is a good bit further down. Will get overtaken by Lewis nonetheless. And I think he will stay in front of Cherry in the end. But yeah, Lewis coming home in P9. Cherry here could be fighting for a point. Would be quite nice for him here, but I think Brandao did not have 12 seconds, yeah, and even if it would not have mattered, DP is the last driver left on track. But yeah, that was quite a final to this race.
Indeed. I mean, there was of course a lot of a lot of penalties involved, but this quite spiced up the finale here, especially with the 5-4-P4. I guess we have to talk about this phenomenal dominance that Kurtze showed us today. Yeah, start to finish win.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, actually, yes.
Yep, led every race, and yeah, this is our championship leader right now. And yeah, with that we are... Oh, this was the first race of the second half of the season.
Yeah, true. 12 races per season, of course. So yeah, race number 7. This one.
It was one hell of a race. And yeah, next week we will be in Texas, which also tends to have great racing since there's a massive straight.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate actually that it doesn't line up with the IRL race. Would have been funny if we could have raced in Texas today. But obviously it has been randomly generated this year, the calendar, so yeah. Well, we'll get a little bit of a rundown through the race results in a little bit. Yeah, in the chat, just, I don't know, if you have problems with driving styles, that's what the report channel is for. No need to go at it. Yeah, more than you need to. But yeah, there we are, 30 seconds for the race results. Kurtze uncontested in front, Marcelian then coming through in P2. Jimsky claiming a maiden podium as a reserve driver, followed by the Alpines and Red Bulls and the second Williams here, Muno, Tame Tom, Hilevs, Eric Pablo and Franta, Lewis and Brandao gaining some points as well, and then Cherry just outside the points. Nice performance by the Haas driver today, followed by DP, Thiago Torres, Fabian Gaming, and I think the other ones were all DNFs. So yeah, nice race, very entertaining. I think all that's left to say from us is, yeah, thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you will enjoy the race in Austin next week for us, and in about an hour for the real F1. So yeah, from the two of us, have a very pleasant evening. Good night.
Good night.